The real estate market crashed in 2023. No, not really. Part of it crashed. It just wasn't the part that the clickbait headlines tried to get everybody to think was going to happen. The real crash would have been if prices had fallen dramatically. That was not the case generally around the US, and it certainly was not the case in Portland, Oregon over the course of 2023. The thing that crashed in 2023 was the sales volume. The big crash that happened starting in 2006 and went on into 2007 and 2008, when lending standards were very low and money was given out plentifully to buy homes. Prices spiked, and eventually when people stopped being able to make payments, prices fell, and they fell hard. In some cities, they fell as much as 40 or 50%. That was not the case this year in Portland. Prices were up slightly in comparison with the end of last year. In 2023, the sales volume was lower than what it was in 2006, which is the beginning of the financial crisis, 2007, and 2008. If you learn anything from today's video, please like and subscribe to the channel to stay informed. You'll be notified when we put out new videos. Also, there's a link in the description, and what that does is it allows us to send you information as we put information out, including written reports, deep dives into parts of the Portland metropolitan area, pricing, what's selling, what's not, what's hot, what's not. Click the link below to subscribe. 2023 is at an end. Today is the last business day of the year. There will be basically no more sales that get recorded this year at all. What we saw starting in the middle of last year is sales volume started falling, and it continued to fall into the beginning of this year. That fall, compared to 2015 through 2021, continued on to a point where in November of this year, just last month, we saw a drop of sales volume in comparison with 2015 to 2021 of 50%. It was huge. Sales got absolutely pummeled. The reason for this is, of course, interest rates rose. Certain buyers were unable to buy houses anymore, or they had to settle for something that they really weren't up for buying, and so they proceeded to not buy. The real reason for the drop in sales volume, though, is not just buyers who couldn't buy anymore. It was primarily that a lot of sellers, would-be sellers that is, did not put their houses up for sale to make a move across town or whatever the case might have been to upgrade, downgrade, or downsize. They would had to have given up an interest rate of possibly 3% or 4%. They just weren't willing to do that. That caused the number of new listings coming onto the market to start falling in the middle of last year, 2022. That continued until the fall of this year. The number of houses coming onto the market in comparison with 2015 through 2021 continued to be very low, but the number of listings coming onto the market started to move upwards slightly into the end of this year. To put this year's so-called crash into perspective, and again, it was a crash of sales volume, not price. Interest rates have more than doubled over the past 2 years. Prices are up a few percent since a couple of years ago. Prices have not fallen, but the sales volume is so low. As you can see on the graph, the sales volume in 2023 is distinctly lower than what it was on average during 2015 through 2021. As I mentioned, the beginning of the financial crisis was in 2006. With sales volume starting to fall pretty dramatically during the second half of 2007. 2008 was the worst of the financial crisis as concerns low sales volume of single-family houses in Portland. Even so, 2023 was lower, with sales volume in 2008 being about 3.25% higher than what it was in 2023. The very low volume of new properties coming up onto the market, combined with higher interest rates, and also given the fact that the time on market is in line with the average of 2015 through 2021, it's made it a really difficult year for buyers who are out trying to buy a house, given that inventory is so low. I'm looking forward to 2024. Beware of clickbait headlines then, too, as regards the real estate market. Click the link below to stay informed, to receive seller tips, buyer tips, and insights into Portland's real estate market.